chemin que tu verras. On fera ce qu'on pourra.
I always liked physical labor and being outside and working with my hands and playing sports and things.
Cheveux un peu croche et les deux mains dans les poches, ça ira.
There's a history associated with working this way and working with one's body and tending the land that goes back a long, long time. Knowing how to propagate strawberries and knowing how to grow peas and herbs and corn, and I think that's really valuable knowledge.
Crois-moi, je te jure qu'à deux, on y arrivera. Y a pas de feu, ne l'oublie pas.
It's one of the reasons I keep doing markets is seeing the faces of the people that get to enjoy these berries and the kale, and I think about them when I'm picking, going, oh, I hope they'll enjoy these berries.
There's the people who just, even on a small scale, they just focus on 5 crops and they just do everything just so. And there's people where everything's just a jumble and everything's full of life, but it's always on the edge of chaos. And I like to think we're somewhere in the middle. This land was part of the original Vallejo land grant, part of a vast tract of land, and it's been chopped up into smaller and smaller pieces over the years. Younger farmers that are making it now are quite realistic. Even if they may be drawn by the values of going back to the land, I think those that are making it a viable living are really making tough choices. We've adjusted what we grow based on what people really like and what does well here. Tomatillos and eggplant both got, but then I planted a home garden so that I could grow them for myself. And I have always been very drawn to diversity in the field, so I want to grow flowers, but not only that, I want to grow 50 kinds of flowers. I want to grow lettuce, but I want to grow 25 kinds of lettuce. And while that's great, and I think that's part of what attracts people to our market stand and is appealing for our farm share, we have a lot of different crops, but it drives you crazy over time if you don't have the energy to keep up with it. And so learning how to be disciplined about not taking on too much is, yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm a farmhand here at Coyote Family Farm. I graduated from Boston University in 2012 and I studied environmental analysis and policy. I got into farming because it felt like a good solution to a lot of the environmental problems that I was learning about. It just seems like a really good way to change how we live, to come back to how we used to live. Our impact as a species could be a lot less if we come together in these small communities and learn how to provide for ourselves. This is how I'm voting, and this is how I'm being politically active.
If you buy our produce at the farmers market or through our farm share, that's all going to us to keeping this farm running, to paying local people. And there's a lot of transparency. I mean, if someone wanted to come visit the farm and see our crops growing and see how we treat them, they can. And we're always just trying to figure out how much intervention we want to do, because, you know, there are organically allowable sprays, but they still have an impact. A lot of those are very general, and so they impact beneficial insects and bees as well. So it's definitely not something to be taken lightly. So far, our method has just been to have diversity, accept some loss if we have to, and then, yeah, physical control, like covering with the row cover. Even just having flowering plants next to your vegetables and bringing in pollinators and beneficial insects is beautiful, but it also creates a richer ecology. It's a very labor-intensive, but not very land-intensive way of farming.
There is an element that we've lost of understanding where our food comes from and who the people are that are involved with growing this food and the impact it has on the land. And we belong to this planet. We can take care of it, or we can make really, really, really bad choices too. But there's such possibility. That's what I'm doing here, is fronting the essential facts of life, living simply, getting my hands in the soil and picking the food that I eat and sharing it with the local community. And now that I've seen what that's like and the satisfaction that comes from that, I can't choose not to do that. It's so fulfilling and so fundamental.
Climb wide,